What's up, guys? So a while back, I was asked to do a series on the traditional Uechi-Ryu hand striking techniques. And so I've been doing that for a little bit, and this is our continuation. Today, we will be going over the Uechi-Ryu elbow strikes. Hope you enjoy.
Okay. Hiji-Zuki. All right. Okay, now the elbow strikes are hiji-zuki. Oh, I hope my Japanese is not too bad. Okay, so there are three general ones that you'll see in Uechi-Ryu, and they're all done a bit differently than, say, Muay Thai, right? So you'll have this one here. So one of the big differences is you have the Huraken fist, okay, and you're bringing it straight up. It's supposed to be straight up here. You're not really supposed to like curve out, and then it's like straight, boom. And you flex, and it's tensing the muscles and creating that point there. Now, this technique is often delivered as not being, you can use it to the chin and to the head, but the reason it's developed the way it's developed is a lot of the time it's used for the solar plexus, which is a very different, say in Muay Thai, you'll do this. Like if you want to just hit somebody in the chin, just pop straight up, kind of Muay Thai-ish. You don't have to do this weird flexy position. But a lot of the time when you're doing this, you're sort of going into the solar plexus and you're keeping your upper body kind of straight. So you're like going in almost like right here. And you're not turning, because you'll see in some Kung Fu's, they'll do it like that almost, in some Kung Fu techniques. This, you're going to kind of going straight into the solar plexus. Now, again, since we are all about taking the principle of the technique and adjusting it, we have no problem throwing it straight up into somebody's chin also. I train and compete Muay Thai, which a lot of you guys know, so obviously I don't care. And I think you should learn all the versions of the elbow.
The reason why I like doing this with karate, especially full contact and stuff, is I can actually grab the dogi and then practice it. Compared to Muay Thai, where we have to grab the back
of the head.
Yeah, and then whack, whack.
If you can grab someone's shirt, it does make that just boom, right into their chest, a lot more dangerous when you can grab onto them. And again, most of Uechi's techniques are designed to be done off a grab. So that's a phenomenal point. And so you're hitting them straight in there, boom, and then you have some people go from there and like hit. They'll say they're hitting with the Huraken afterwards and toward the eyes or the nose or something like that. I'm not a huge fan of that ideal. I just feel like it's an awkward position, but that is the reasoning behind it, even though it's not something I personally think I'd necessarily do. That is the traditional version of the first one. You'll also have here and out to the side where we hit, that's kind of side technique. So the way it's often seen is, it's like you're hitting a magic opponent coming into the side of you. But what you just demonstrated is actually how I prefer to have it applied. Is sort of coming across, say the punch is thrown. Do the other side. I'll probably go here. I go across and hit that way. My foot should be in the back. Boom. So that's kind of how I would apply it. Not great on a taller opponent. But if they're your height, that's a really good, easy way to get across and hit them right in the face is by working on that technique there. So same ideal and hitting sideways. You can also do it on the inside. Punch comes in through the other side. Boom.
Better.
Yeah. Better if you're shorter, I think, so I don't have to worry about going over. I have to worry about this hand.
If you get back to that one, I punch with this one. If you grab me, maybe you can pull me down into it.
Oh,
that's really good.
And then hit.
Yeah, which
That's
is
nice.
in kata, because isn't it in kata, the Shotokan one? It's you grab.
In the Shotokan kata? I do
Yeah.
not know.
Yeah, I think it's grab.
Okay.
Grabbing and pulling person in.
So in Shotokan, they may have something similar to that. Interesting. Okay, so that is one of the Uechi strikes as well. You also have the back elbow. So you go boom, boom, boom to the back. Often this is seen if you're in a bear hug, using to lighten them up before maybe one thing that's often used in Uechi's grab their nuts to get out of the bear hug. Again, it will work. I prefer personally one of the jiu-jitsu escapes for a bear hug myself. But again, in the context of the history, just explaining what all the techniques are. And I wouldn't say I wouldn't. I would definitely throw an elbow, probably within using my other escapes to get out of the bear hug. So sort of just literally elbowing that person behind you. When it's done traditionally, all of these have the Raken fist, including the side and back. But again, if I'm being quite honest with you, if someone's bear hugging me, I probably won't do the Raken version. I'll probably just grab like a normal fist and like almost fully rotate it to get more power. I think there's more power that way.
Yeah.
Again,
I'd even get the whole stance.
yeah, if you can, depending on how they're grabbing you, try and move the whole stance into that strike. The traditional version of the technique, Haraken, yeah, it'll be boom, boom, boom. Oh, and there's one more. But it's not in the Hojo Undo, it's not in the beginner techniques. In the kata, we have another elbow.
Yeah. Oh, of course we do.
We do.
We do. Yeah, we do.
We have another elbow. So the other elbow within Uechi, and this is actually my personal probably favorite one because it's the one that requires the least adjustments for how I would use it, is the elbow that comes across into your own hand. So when I personally do this technique, I often will curve it in like this because I throw my Muay Thai elbows like that. And so I personally like how that feels more. But I do think the traditional Uechi version is sort of taking that fist and going in that way. Is that how you were taught?
And 1 second. Ooh.
Yeah. A lot of Uechi guys will go and they'll sort of like this.
No, we're still doing this one.
No, I'm just showing it without the hands
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So they can see. Okay? So, boom. It's the traditional Uechi one. It's here.
Yeah.
So, kind of taking your own fist into the chest, going across and blasting. And there's a lot you can do with this technique. The Bunkai and Uechi explain this really well. Again, usually a shot to the solar plexus. He'd be switched the other way. And I'm just going in and blasting him in the chest. I might be holding and hitting. I could blast to the face. Same ideal. You can also take this, and if you hook the foot around as I step in, and use it to drive with the elbow to drive and try to knock them over onto the floor. We're not doing takedowns on the cement, but use the elbow as part of a way to actually knock the person over and knock them down. Okay, so again, here with the elbow, you can step all the way through and try to knock the person down, hitting him with the elbow on the way over. You can also take that same position and adapt that elbow, and instead of actually hitting him with the elbow, take that same movement with the arm and use it as a way to kind of shoot that person over and knock them over. Again, your hip needs to be lower, you need to be sunk under and knock them over the edge. Again, like I said, not a jiu-jitsu specialist or a judo specialist, so the takedowns are not my personal cup of tea, so I would encourage you to go learn the takedown specifically from somebody who's more qualified than me. I have landed that one a few times, but I've also had it reversed by much better guys who are better at judo than I am. So I understand that, like, while I understand that throw is there, I would not have a seminar and start teaching it until I have become better at it myself, if that makes sense. But I'm demonstrating it here on the YouTube video so you do know that it does exist within the technique. Yeah, during that entire video, we had some older Okinawan gentlemen staring at us, and in my head, I'm just like, do we have some guys who are like secretly very high-ranking black belts in some karate style judging me right now?
I don't recognize them anyway.
But yeah, no, it was funny. So yeah, those are, I believe, all of the elbows in the Uechi-Ryu system. I guess now we got to go over the open hand strikes.
Open hand strike.
Outside of, we already did the chop, but we haven't done any of the others. And so this is gonna take a while. Let's start going over them. So
that, guys, we are almost done with this series. You might have 1 or 2 more unless I decide to add the kicks in as well. Then maybe 3 more videos. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. At this channel, we'll be going over everything from traditional martial arts, a lot of karate, but other styles as well, form applications, combat sports, many different things martial arts related. So hopefully there's something here that interests you. All right, guys, see you next time. Peace.